There are way too many men in this amazing country that are being drugged through the ringer of family court simply because a co-parent doesn't want to co-parent. Okay, what's going on, everybody? Vinark MP back again with another installment of the new series, Fathers Win. Fathers Win is a series where we take a look at some made public family court proceedings in which have favorable outcomes for dads. We know that does not happen all the time. Today's episode is going to be a little unique, whereas we're not going to get the judge to give us a actual close to the hearing and let us know what he is going to decide to do. But we are going to get the chance to really break down a co-parent that seems to be a little out of order. Now, again, on Vinark MP, we don't bash women. We don't hate women whatsoever. We love women. But there are way too many men in this amazing country that are being drugged through the ringer of family court simply because a co-parent doesn't want to co-parent. And we have to always remember, it's about the kids. So without any further ado, let's jump into it and let's see what's going on with this case. And this case is actually out of Texas. All right.
Whatever judgment we have today, and of course we're asking for possession credit, but we just want to make sure that money doesn't get lost in the fold, and that money, if it is awarded to mom in the form of a judgment, that get paid when we do fix these numbers. And Your Honor, we're willing to move forward with the judgment as of September of 2023. Mr. Diamond suggested maybe we could stipulate that my client's not precluded for seeking possession credits in the future after that. However, my thought is maybe we just have a date by which to clear up the numbers in this case too, if that would work, and we could get a.
Okay, so dad's attorney is doing something very interesting here and something very needed. Sometimes you really have to fight against a lot of red tape in family court. Dad wants a hearing date. The hearing date is going to set a lot of things in motion, such as establish what the actual dollar amount for child support is going to be. So sometimes, for those of you going through family court right now, hearing dates are very important. And the best way, again, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an attorney, I'm just using my own experiences to help y'all. One of the best ways to do that are blank motions. Usually blank motions are free to submit to the judge, to your court. In your state, a blank motion might be called something else. ChatGPT, Google can help you find out what it is. But a blank motion titled request for hearing date, request for date of hearing, request for evidentiary hearing, depending on what kind of hearing it is.
The final judgment as to custody today, and we just have a week or two to, send in updated numbers if that could work, and maybe have a status hearing on that. I don't know what the court wants to do, but my client is ready to move forward. He's ready for his both of his children to live with him on a primary basis.
So dad looks like he wants the responsibility of getting the kids. He wants more custody, more time, which a lot of us fathers want. A lot of us fathers want. And I know a good bulk of us fathers also, we're not trying to keep our kids away from their moms. We know how detrimental that is and how important it is for kids to be in both parties' lives. But I think what you're going to see here is a situation where a co-parent puts their foot in their mouth, with all due respect. Let's keep watching.
All right, you may proceed.
Ms. Fort, do you think it's fair that you pay child support if both of your children were to go live with my client?
No.
I'll pay.
Okay, this was a great thing. Dad's lawyer pretty much is setting the stage to show what parent is reasonable and what parent is not. Again, these terms are different, varying on what state you live in. From Alaska to Florida, they vary. But for the most part, it's all similar. Every single family court in every single state in this great country wants to make sure the children are cared for. But a lot of times that depends on what parent is most reasonable. So what the lawyer just did was set mom up to show her to be an unreasonable parent. He simply asked, hey, if both kids live with dad, meaning he has them full time, should you be paying child support? And she's saying absolutely not. which is very interesting. Let's keep watching.
I believe the CPS case that involved Nyalisa, and that's the one where she had a busted lip, right?
Yes.
So that one was found reason to believe that you had committed that act, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Have there also been some issues dealing with therapy? Did Nyalisa see a therapist for a while?
Yes.
Did both of the kids see a therapist, Aaron Moon?
Yes.
Did you have an issue with Aaron Moon?
No, I did not have an issue.
Did you disagree with the kids going to see Aaron Moon?
I said I would take Nyalisa. At first, yes, I did say that I had a disagreement. And then I went over there and spoke to him myself, and I agreed to take the kids. And then me and Mr. Arias had an altercation. He didn't think that I should take him. He think that he should take the kids. And that's when the counselor said that since we both couldn't come to agreement, that he was just going to cancel all visits.
So the kids, because you and Mr. Arias Charles did not agree on the therapist said that he could not meet with either one of you because you did not jointly consent to therapy, right?
Correct.
And you didn't say, okay, I do consent to therapy at this point.
Okay, so this is a situation where Child Protective Services is involved in this case. Again, we're not there. We don't know the true character of these people, so this isn't to demonize anybody. But from what we just witnessed, Child Protective Services got involved because mom may have caused one of the children to induce an injury on their face. That does not mean mom is abusive or abusing the kids. Though that's just a fact. You know, that could be mom put a broom on the refrigerator, baby walked by the broom, broom fell, hit baby in the mouth. That technically was caused by the mom. So we're not here painting any kind of narrative. This is just, it seems like the state and the lawyer are both working in favor of the father. But again, it's always for the children. And that's going to play a major part in what a judge decides. So painting the narrative inside a family court is very, very important.
You still maintain that Xavier did that to himself?
Yes, because the marks that I seen were scratches. And if he would have held him in a tight chokehold, Xavier would have had like a fixation mark going across. And even if Brian held him so tight, he wouldn't be able to get his nails down there and scratch himself.
Do you think that it's appropriate that a grown man put a child in a chokehold and drag?
So what's going on here? Mom is explaining that another adult had their arms or hands around one of the child's in the home, and she's saying it wasn't that tight because the child was able to grab the hand or the arms that was around their neck and scratch themselves, which furthermore proves that it wasn't that tight. Also, there was no asphyxiation marks around the neck, so it wasn't that tight. And now it looks like the woman who represents the state or the children is asking a very simple question. Do you think that's acceptable behavior?
Drag them from one room to the other?
No, but what happened before was the only reason he did that is I told him to grab Xavier because Xavier started getting aggressive and violent with me and cussing and saying all types of crazy stuff. And that's the only reason why I told him to get him. I said, get him, take him to the other room. I did not tell him to choke him or anything. I just said, can you please get him?
And so at some point, Xavier removed himself from that situation and closed himself into the bathroom, right?
Yes, he had made a statement, said he was going to, told Brian. Okay. Yes, he locked himself in it. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Remember, when you are being asked questions in family court, it's not the time to try and put extras on it. Just do your best to answer yes or no. And when it's your turn to ask questions or give evidence as to what happened, that's when you can speak. But trying to sneak in extra information, usually it works against you, actually.
Does a a teenage boy locking himself in the bathroom with you and your boyfriend on the outside, does that sound like a teenager who is being aggressive?
Okay, so my goodness, this is a rough one. This is a rough one because this is a family court hearing that also involves um, physical harm. Again, not saying any parent here is right or wrong. That's not what this channel is about. But this is rough. This is what you don't want to see happening in family court. These are the situations where you got to start thinking about, should I or should I not be with this partner? Do I stay? Or is my children's best interest more important? Which I'm sure that decision was made, which is why these two parents are here. So let's see what else happens.
I mean, you were a 10-year-old girl. Is that kind of a hard time? Still wanted to live with her father, correct? That issue before. You and I have met through Zoom. You indicated to me that you thought maybe Nihilisa wanted to live with her father, correct?
Yes. Because she wants to be closer to her brother.
Does she, I'm sorry, what?
She said she wants to live closer to her brother.
Okay. So, would you be surprised if Nihilisa said that she wanted to live with her father as the primary custodial parent?
No.
Okay. Do you and Nihilisa sometimes have disagreements about about any number of things, including, have you talked to her about her weight before?
Yes, I have talked to her about her weight.
How old is she right now?
She's 10.
Okay. I mean, you were a 10-year-old girl. Is that kind of a hard time to deal with a parent talking about weight issues?
Yes. And I won't explain it till later, but yes, I'll.
Okay. If she told you that hurt her feelings, is that something that she maybe expressed to you at the time when you said those things?
Yes.
Have you ever told her that you wished that you had had an abortion?
No.
So she says that she's made that up.
That's what I'm hearing. She's saying, going around saying now. That's not what I said.
What did you say that maybe sounded close to that? Is there something she misconstrued?
Yeah, when I was mad one time, a long time ago, I told her, when she was talking about her dad and me, and I told her, your dad didn't even want you at the time because I was older and I wanted a baby. He was younger than me. I wanted to have a baby before 30. And then when all this started, like I said, when we had a baby, I did tell her, I said, your dad didn't even want you. So I could have had an abortion if I wanted to. I said, I didn't. I'm the one that wanted you, not him. That was.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh man. We went over a little bit. I even looks like I switched cameras, but it's all right. I'll just talk to you guys from my secondary camera. That's a lot, man. That's a lot to put on a kid. That's a lot of information to give a 10-year-old. I know because I'm a father going through family court. I know how easy it is to be frustrated and get emotional. And I don't mean that in a sense of, oh, you're emotional, you're weak. I mean that in the sense of your emotions are heightened because you're dealing with a co-parent and you're doing your best to raise your children. But there has to be some kind of decorum that you practice with what information you're sharing with your children. That's a lot to say to a 10-year-old little girl. So again, not here to demonize mom, just here to today's episode. This is more so of a teaching moment. We don't get to hear what the judge's ruling is, but what we can affirm is that this is probably a situation where mom's not going to get what she wants, which is to not be put on child support, because it looks like we're heading to dad getting full custody for a plethora of reasons. So if you're in family court, going through family court, remember the things that you're saying to your kids can and will possibly be also used against you. So family court's tried to be designed with the kid's best interest. We always have to remember that. It's no longer about us as the parents. It's no longer about you as the parents. It's about the child's best interest. All right. My name is Kevin Parkinson. I'm Vinark MP here on YouTube. I am a husband, a father, a filmmaker, professor, father's rights activist. I'll see you guys in the next one. Click that link. Watch the next video. Have a great day. God bless. Bye.